Look, I'm not a millionaire, but I guarantee I will be one in the next 5 years. And it's because I've understood this concept called value. I'm gonna go really deep in this video, so pay attention. All right, guys, before I jump into the story and this video and the concepts that I really want to discuss here, if this video resonates with you, if you have been trying to get into this entrepreneurship thing, but you don't really know how, check out the link below. I'm creating a beta program, right? Where I'm going to take a bunch of people and show them how to reprogram their subconscious mind for entrepreneurship and how to get started. So if you're interested in that, check the link below. I only need about 2 people. Okay, so the other day I went outside to check the mail. And down the street, there was this guy like pulling 3 heavy bags, just moving around. Now this dude, he would open up these bins, because it was bin day over here in Sydney, Australia, and he would just ravage through the bins, you know, like searching for something. So I kept looking at this guy, wondering what the hell is he doing? He would collect plastic bottles and shove them in his bags, and then he would keep dragging and collecting plastic bottles and doing the same thing. See, there was a bunch of bins lined up on the streets, so he had lots of opportunity. The guy had gloves on and he had a face mask, so he looked a bit like a terrorist, but you know, whatever. So here's the thing. A week later, I saw the guy doing the exact same thing. He was there collecting the plastics, putting them in the bags, except this time he had a car. He would take the bags and shove them in the boot of his car and then drive off to the next street and do exactly the same thing over and over again. I was wondering, why on earth is this guy doing this? You see, I've seen a few people here in Sydney doing the exact same thing, but then it hit me. This guy was doing this to get money. You see, the government created this incentive. It has these vending machines called return and pay or something like that, return and end. And the premise is you return plastic bottles, you recycle, and in exchange of the plastic bottles you give, the machine gives you money. I believe they have in America and some other countries as well. Now, people over here have been abusing that system, or especially this guy, as a way to make extra money. He knows that every Monday, the bins are gonna be out there at the front. All he has to do is just drive around, collect the plastics from the bins that are already out, from things that are already going to be recycled, and he could get enough money to go on throughout the day. You see, this guy is gonna stay in the same position in his life forever because he doesn't understand this concept of value. And this concept of value is really what determines your net worth, determines how much money you're going to make in life. Now, I've always read about this concept, but it was only until maybe last year when I started implementing it that I started seeing some significant differences in terms of my income. The amount of money you have in life is 100% based on the amount of value you create minus the amount of value you take. Let's break this down a bit. This hobo, or this guy, or whatever he was, he is in the lowest tax bracket because he's not creating much value. You know, he's actually scamming and being sleazy and finding little tricks to get a few coins. Whereas on the other side of the spectrum, people like Steve Jobs, the late Steve Jobs, rest in peace, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, these people make billions of dollars because what they have created is immense value, right? Through their softwares, through their programs, their businesses create value that impacts billions of people. So obviously it's fitting that they become billionaires. So even lower scale millionaires, you know, like the Logan Pauls or your favorite YouTubers, you might look at what they're doing and think, wow, that's dumb, this is stupid, why are they making so much money from this? But it's because you're not looking at it from the frame of value. Let's take Logan Paul, for example, right? Hate him or love him. He makes millions because he entertains millions. There's leverage there. The value he creates doesn't have to be enormous, right? It might just make someone laugh. Someone might just like his content. But because that value is multiplied by such a large number, right? The millions of people that view him, he is a millionaire, right? Or think about a specialist doctor, a neurosurgeon, right? There aren't that many neurosurgeons around because the freaking work that's involved is enormous. You have to go to school for years, you have to study your ass off, you have to like really dedicate yourself to that type of shit. And because of that, the value of a neurosurgeon in terms of their skill set, which is rare, and their ability to change someone's life by fixing their brain tumor or fixing their brain or whatever the neurosurgeon does, is enormous. And that's why their salary is like $500,000, $600,000 a year. So some jobs can actually pay a lot of money due to the amount of value that's associated with that job. So as CEOs get paid millions of dollars for making 1 or 2 decisions a year. Those decisions have the ability to impact the company's trajectory and hence influence millions. That's why they get paid so much. On the other side of the spectrum, you look at people that work at McDonald's and stuff like that, and you wonder, why do they not get paid that much? The work itself might be physically demanding. It might be tough. You know, you're flipping burgers, you're doing all sorts of crazy crap, but in reality, you can get replaced by a machine. You can get replaced by a monkey. Your value that you're contributing to the world is not that much at all. It's insignificant. You're replaceable, you're dispensable. The value is not that great. You know, someone eats a cheeseburger, they're happy, that's it. You're impacting maybe throughout one night, you're serving maybe 40 people. That's why they're on minimum wage. Even if you look at something like investments, just as simple as investments. Let's say you bought a stock of freaking Coca-Cola 100 years ago, right? And now that $20 or $30 stock is now worth 20,000 or whatever it is. You know, you always hear these stories in these books. The reason it's worth that much is because the value you put into the company is compounded. When you buy a share of a company, you're literally buying a part of that company. Even if that part is 0.00001%, if that company goes on to create immense value in the world, right? Its valuation goes up, the share prices go up. You helped in that. You were a part of that. So you ride the wave of the compounding, the wave of value. And that's why your net worth goes up. Think about a drug dealer. Drug dealers usually make millions, and what they're doing is organized crime. They're selling drugs to young people, you know, they're getting lots of people addicted. But to the addict, whatever they're buying from the drug dealer is valuable. It's incredibly valuable. That's why the drug dealer makes so much money, right? We can even look at social media. What Zuckerberg's doing, this whole social networks, it's definitely not healthy for people, you know, at the scale that people are looking at it. But he's a millionaire because billions of people are on the platform. So it might be killing billions of people's brains, but it's value. So when you look at your life, you need to kind of see it through the lens of the value you're creating. If you're not happy with where you're at, it's because you're not creating that much value. So now let's talk about entrepreneurship. Now there's a very good story that I read from Nassim Taleb's Skin in the Game. It goes like this. There is a wolf and it's bruised up, it's just been damaged, it's on the ground like nearly dying. And a dog comes up to it and the dog says, "Hey, why are you doing this to yourself? Why don't you come live with me? My master gives me food, my master takes care of me, cleans me, it's relaxing, I can stay inside the house, it's warm. Why do you do this to yourself? You're out here just in the weather, getting messed up by the environment, by nature. Come with me." And the wolf said, "Yeah, sure, let's go." The wolf followed the dog back to the town. They looked around and saw that, yeah, everything was nice. There was food there, there was shelter. But the wolf couldn't help but notice that there was a bruise on the dog's neck. You know, some of the hair was a bit moved. So the wolf said, "Yo, why is there that spot on your neck? Why is there no hair there? Why is it removed?" And the dog said, "Oh yeah, that's where my collar goes. You know, you get used to it. My master just chains me up at nighttime so I don't have to run away." And it was from that moment that the wolf ran away because it didn't want to be a slave. So the problem with jobs a lot of the times is that you are limited by your potential by other people. You might naturally be a valuable person. You might be an engineer that comes up with amazing designs. But before that value goes out to the world, there is a level above you that filters it. So you yourself might have done something amazing, but you're not going to get all the credit or all of the results from that. And that's the reality of the world. As long as you're employed, you're in a system, right? Now, I'm not saying all jobs are bad. If you like your job, that's awesome, keep doing that. But just know that your value is capped because there are other powers at hand that are stopping it from being unleashed. Let's take the same person, the same engineer who's working creating these designs. He's making 100K a year, which is good. But let's say that guy takes his skills and creates his own firm. And now he's in direct contact with the actual consumers that are buying his stuff, that are in need of these engineering jobs. Now his business can go on to make millions because he doesn't have a boss, he doesn't have that cap. His value can be unleashed to the world. You know, it's the same raw skill, plus some other skills, some more risk, of course. But now his value can be unleashed. And the good thing is you don't always have to give immense value to thousands or millions of people like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. You can just increase the value you give to a select bunch of people. Remove the caps of, employment, the caps of people restraining this value. Do it by yourself, be an entrepreneur, and you can really dominate it. I realized this firsthand last year when I created my own digital marketing agency and started working with specialists such as dentists, entrepreneurs that made millions of dollars, influencers, and the whole lot, helping them with their digital marketing. The amount of value I was creating was the same as what I was doing before, right? I was just doing the same stuff, helping people with their Instagram, helping people with their social media. But because of the people that I was helping, because of the value they create, I rode that wave, right? You help a dentist get 5 more clients throughout the month, right? He's making $10,000. He's making $20,000. You're creating immense value. You don't need millions of people. And that's what I want to teach you about. If you like what you're hearing here and you really resonate with this concept of value, click the link below and you can be a beta tester for my new program I got coming out. Anyway, guys, if you don't like where you're at, you need to simply make more value. And that's the gist of this video. Until next time, peace. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell notifications so we can see more of each other. Until next time.